Hello? How's it going? Hopefully anyone listening is doing alright. And you're having a good morning, noon or night. Give me a sec, let me just make sure everything is sorted. And game audio, game capture is all fine. Hopefully you're able to see. While I was setting up this game for the first time, it asked me to enter the current time and just some information. So, fairly standard stuff. But I'm booting this up for the second time, which is fine. Today we're going to be playing the Stanley Parable. How do I change it to PM? We're going to be playing Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition, which is not a version I have played. I've played the original a while ago, in all fairness, but this is the re-release version. It is currently 8:06 PM. Hang on. Before we started, can I just say something? Ooh, very strange. Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you've booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favourite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. Thank you. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Thank you, I shall set my favourite time, don't you worry. Hey, my name, hey, how you doing? Doing alright today? Hopefully you're having a good day so far. As you can see, we're going to be playing the Stanley Parable. I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit because it's quite loud on my end. I'd say 50 for the moment. If it's still too loud, then that's fine. The original was brilliant. It's been like 10, 12 years maybe by now since the original came out in 2013, and I remember playing it 2015-ish. But it has been a while since I've played the Stanley Parable, so it'd be good to get back into it and to see what they've changed in the Ultra Deluxe Edition. As such, I have with me some wine, which I just need to get rid of anyway because it was going out of date. And by that I mean I'd already opened it and it can't stay open for too long. But I am, for the record for Twitch, I am of legal drinking age in my country. And as such, I shall be enjoying some wine with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. It's a refined experience, so I must enjoy a refined beverage alongside it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I shall let this play out even though I have seen it before.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427
and he pushed
buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
I mean, listen, if he gets paid good money for it, I wouldn't complain too much. It seems like very easy work for good money, as long as it's like decent enough. Pushing buttons all day is kind of what economics is, or like a data entry job.
Something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
Working very hard, Stanley.
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses,
so.
he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh my god, what is that? The sensitivity is utterly shagged for a game that it really does not matter for. Hold on, give me a sec. Hang on. Up differ a tiny bit. Drop that down. Okay, that's much better. I do remember one of the endings. You can just close this door again. I'm not gonna do that right now. May do that in a bit. But there was another thing I remember. I remember playing the original a bunch.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided
when it came
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
original,
missed a memo.
you could use like tilde key for okay, you can't anymore, for the command line, with it being like still in Source Engine, and you could delete props. Here it was. And you could delete this, go through there, and I remember there being an Easter egg where you can find the mask of Dallas from Payday 2, which is very, very fun, mainly because I quite like Payday 2. No one's around. Ladder. Ooh. Anything changed? Anything new? Is the broom closet still down this way somewhere?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Very iconic. Oh, do I follow the rules? You know what? I'll play through the story normally this time. The meeting room.
There was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Mergers Weekly Review, Pranking Floor 5 meeting, Ideas and Development, Office Party. Ooh, very nice. What day is it? It is a Thursday, and it is currently after work. Done. At least I'm not late to the party. That's tomorrow. Very nice glass table. Very fancy, very posh. Yeah. The broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back
I
on
do know
track.
this part where it is just like you sit in the broom closet and do nothing. And you get an ending.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Any
It was
more?
baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything.
What do you
At
mean?
least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
I'll have you know I'm having a great time doing sweet fuck all. Look, I've got a wrench.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Broom closet ending is my favourite. Oh yeah, wait. Yeah, I remember talking when he goes to talk to his friends. It's like,
walked past the broom closet. At least you would have had a reason
I'll let
for
the narrator
exploring
do
to
it
find
'cause
out.
it's
But
funnier.
it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending is
Maybe
my
to you this is
favourite.
somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you
Yeah, here we
talk about
go.
this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite."
Yes!
I hope you're
He said the line!
concerned.
Anything more?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Now that's
That
just
or with
rude.
drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Damn. Anything more?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
Oh.
Got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on
It
the
did.
keyboard. Well, in a situation like
He did
this,
type with one
the
finger at the
responsible
start.
thing
Yeah,
is to
that's
alert
fair.
someone
That's fair.
nearby
He wasn't really
so
typing.
as
He
to
was
ensure
pushing
that your
buttons
body is taken
for a
care of
specific amount of
before it
time. I
begins to
guess that is typing.
decompose. Hello?
Yeah.
Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
So he's clearly quite
They've fallen
stupid.
prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Okay. I'm assuming there's nothing else then until I leave.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Right then. What if I go back in?
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids.
Oh.
Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus?
Oh.
Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Okay, that'll be the end of it. That's quite good. Alright.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Right, up to the boss's office. Now that we're done with the broom closet, we are apparently either a fish or a fungus or a monkey. If I'm going to be any of them, looking at my profile picture, I'd probably say fish. I'd say I'm a fish out of anything. I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say that's a lovely purse. Anything else up here? No? Nothing out of the ordinary.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held
I
from
forget
him?
I can't jump in this
What he
game.
could
I've just
not
been
have
trying to
known
hop on his
was that
desk.
the keypad behind the
Let me
boss's
up.
desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
There we go. See, I'm a genius.
Amazing. He
I'm
stepped
just jumping
into
in
the
every
newly
game I
opened
can't.
passageway.
Yeah, it feels so unnatural not being able to jump. I've been playing in my off time this game called Haste recently, which is a it's like a roguelike running game. It's the sort of game that would have been Titanic in like what 2015, whatever. You know, like CS:GO surf videos and all the commentary background games. It's like one of those. Like it really would have hit
Descending
its stride
deeper into
then.
the building, Stanley
But
realized he
that
felt
doesn't
a
have
bit
jumping in it,
peculiar.
and it feels so
It was
weird.
a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years
Go
it had
on.
never occurred to him?
The mind
This
control
question would not
facility.
go unanswered for long.
Wait, I can go back up. I'm assuming that. Never remember being able to go back up. No, I'll leave that. I'll leave that being.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
I remember this.
Mind
This
Control
takes you to the
Facility.
museum, whereas this is the proper way forward. I want to finish the proper way.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Who knows? Will I be able to figure out what this horrible room that's called the Mind Control Facility coated in screens is all
Now
about?
the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
What?
and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okay, complete aside, I don't know why. I can move forwards by holding down the right mouse click. It's very random. Ooh. Ooh. I can... Ooh. 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 What? Great, I'm soft-locked. Okay, I'll read.
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility.
What?
Welcome. You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug.
I don't even know about this bug.
During development, and you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it.
Is this an ending
And you're all
now?
very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours, so
How do I
here
come to
you
these cables?
go. New content. You can call it the
Bottom of the mind control room ending. Oh,
that
God.
enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more
I guess this is
content,
new
more
content.
content,
It's
more,
not-
more.
Not what
And I'm
not
here
what
to
I
give
was
it to you.
expecting.
I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game.
Ooh,
It's
exclusive-
a secret
exclusive
that's
music, and I
just
do
for
like
you.
my video
That's
game
how
music.
special you are. We call this track "Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done."
Good job, you did it. Good job.
I've missed how stupid this game is.
Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a
What a
bug.
jam, I love the
Now it's
Smiths.
an ending. Now it's an ending.
Can't get enough of Morrissey,
I
me.
believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. The railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. Good
Let me
job,
up.
you
Is there a
did it.
ladder?
Good
Anything?
job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
I guess I'm just
Good job,
stuck down
you
here.
did it. Good job, you 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 did it.
I guess I'll just boogie until the song finishes, then I'll quit. Okay, no, reloads for me. Okay, that was good. It was good fun. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
That was
missed
very
a
cool.
memo.
Oh. No. Wait, was it 437? No, it wasn't.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Of course, the door on my left.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley
No,
knew
that
it
was a
perfectly
good
well.
one. That
Perhaps
was
he
new.
wanted to stop by the
Very
employee
much
lounge
enjoyed that.
first, just to admire it.
Somewhere I can get through there. Unfortunately, I don't have my console commands.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been
No
worth
soda?
the
No
detour
drinks?
after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate,
Damn.
beautifully constructed room. But
Good thing I've
eager
got
to get
my
back to
wine.
business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Now I could, but I could also not. I'm gonna go down the
And
lift
so
actually.
he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I do remember this. I remember the lift going down. I don't remember which ending it takes me to.
But Stanley
But
didn't want to
there's
go back
definitely
to
an
the
ending
office.
down here.
He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go
I'll be back.
from here. It's,
I'll be back. All right, that's fine.
Left.
See you in a bit. Hopefully you enjoyed watching,
no.
even if you
no, it's to
don't
the
come
right.
back.
My mistake.
got to go right now, though. Yeah, that's fine.
No,
That's
no,
all right.
not the right. Why would I
What?
have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
Fine. See you in a bit.
It's clearly...
Hopefully you've
Okay,
enjoyed,
hold
even
on
if
for
it's
a
been a
minute,
bit
please.
brief so far. If you want to watch the rest that you've missed, the VODs will always be posted on the VOD channel later.
Left,
Just
down,
check the
left,
link in
right.
the
Okay,
page
yes.
description.
I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Nice. Never end. Oh, it's the mind control facility.
No,
We're back.
No,
Perfect.
No.
Get me to the
This
bottom
isn't
of it.
right
I
at
want to
all.
hear
You're
that
not
song
supposed to be
again.
here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
It's fine. I'll look away for you.
We just have to get back to Oh, who am I kidding? It's
Fine.
all
Where am I?
rubbish now.
Where am I actually?
The whole story
There's
completely
4
unusable.
to 7.
How about rather than waste my
there we go.
time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the
There,
game
like
from
down
the beginning.
there. It's kinda-
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off
Yes,
track.
there we
hmm?
are.
Okay, from the top.
Perfect. Back to the beginning.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Getting
decided
around.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That's fine. Back to the doors.
When Stanley... Wait. Wait,
Oh, this is the Adventure
No,
Line one.
No, I restarted.
I
swear,
remember
I completely
this.
restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
I didn't do
It was
anything.
right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure.
Let's wander.
Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Let us explore. Is it here? No. What about here? Ooh. Alright, this way. Ah. See, this was the original back rooms. This was before. Ooh. This is different. No, I'm lying. Everyone knows what you did. They're just holding back to let you torture yourself. Oh dear. I think I will be out of here.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise
right,
you
Mr.
there
Narrator.
definitely was a story here before.
Oh, can I get in the
Do we
office?
just-
No,
Do we need
apparently
to
not.
restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Alright. Back again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Perhaps. What memo have I missed? Ah. There appears to be an issue here.
Okay, yep, it's worse.
That's-
I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
Yes, of course.
Why don't we go back the
Back
other
through the
direction
limited office
and see
room.
if we missed anything?
Let me through one of these doors and I shall show you. Maybe it's this way. No, it's not that way. Maybe it's this way. Let me in. No, apparently not. For the... Ah, yes.
I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story.
Apparently not.
Okay, let's head back the other way
keep going.
and retrace our steps.
Aha. Someone new.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
It's been filled in.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Very
Congratulations!
nice. Thank you, thank you,
I
thank
know
you.
you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh, no. No,
Oh.
I don't feel right about this at all.
Do I not win
We
anymore?
both know you
Waiting
didn't
room.
put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care.
It's just
what
a wood
might happen
shack.
this
It's not
time.
that weird.
I have to restart.
What's a... Okay. Apparently no more, but... Yes! The greatest character in all of the Stanley Parable.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Yes.
Just follow the line. How simple,
Simple
is
as
that?
that, yes. Come on, Lion. It's time that you and I go on an adventure. No, nice bright yellow as well. Big fan of the colour. Ooh. Zip round this way.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Forward.
Here's a thought.
What's this way?
Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there?
Apparently
Or
not.
to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by
It's
the
an
act
interesting
of moving
thought.
forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination
What's
is
this way?
inevitably conjured into being via the very
just
manifestation
went
of the
back round.
nature
Okay, that's
of
fine.
life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Yes, of course, Mr.
Now, we can
Narrator.
both agree that the nature of existence is in fact
That's a very bright
byproduct
piece of paper.
of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
Can't get over there.
Now, if my experience of your
Well,
existence rests inside of your subjective experience of
Good,
this
good,
office,
good. Make sure to
is
follow the
this
line
office,
nice
in
and
fact,
close.
the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
Oh, okay,
I
good enough.
think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Good. Follow it closely. I must not betray the adventure line, and it shall not betray me. There we go. Good. Good enough. Round. How am I meant to do this? I guess just... There we go. Follow the line. I have come to an impasse. Fine. I shall break the... Okay, now this is just becoming rude. And out. What is this way? Oh, here's the dance mask. This is what I was talking about earlier. Why is it here? It makes no sense, but you know what? I like it. I like my boy Dallas. It's cool as anything. Very much like Payday 2. And Payday 3 is alright. Just follow the line. Follow the line with great intent. Of course. Let's follow the line. As it is not a proper adventure if I do not follow the line of adventure. In fact, the adventure line is something I call it. Full loop-de-loop.
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay, just got to make sure I get every angle of this fern. Anyone watching, make sure to study the fern. It'll come up in a fern pop quiz later. It'll be very important later in the story. We need to know everything about this fern. Write down in details you can. I'm not going to remember it. But I shall be able to pick up some of these fronds. The length, the colour. I think I've studied the fern well enough. Can I have the music back at least?
Wait, what? we're back at the
Oh.
office? No. Line. You do know we're looking for the Stanley
Keep
parable,
following
right?
the
story?
line.
Is any of this ringing? Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have
So
done
the
this to
adventure
us
must be here.
after we trusted you?
The line
After
has stopped.
everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with
Where's
it.
2, 3, 4?
Restart.
2, 3, 4. Oh, I guess I'll never know. Well then. Back to the adventure line.
You know what,
Yeah,
Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story?
But then
Something
it's not a
exciting,
proper adventure.
daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Yeah.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a
Yeah.
new story. Well, it could be anything.
Just
What
the
do you
two of
want
us.
our story to be?
Just the
Go
two
wild.
of us.
Use your imagination.
can make it if
Whatever
we
it might be,
try.
Stanley.
Right.
I'm ready for it.
Yes. It's kind of nothing here.
Oh, no, not you
The
again.
line!
Stanley, I'd also like to
Just
veto the
follow.
line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I like the line. I like the adventure line. It's cool. Plays cool music. Yeah. Yeah, we go. Follow that round, come on. Keep I can't even jump to try and catch up. I guess I'll leave the line there.
Ah, a choice.
2 doors.
We get to make a decision. From here,
Perfect.
the story is
The
in
classic.
our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here.
That's
Just
fine.
walk in circles for a minute.
Oh yes, of course.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here.
Very good
and
thought.
that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the
door on
door
the
on
right.
the right is the correct one.
Yes, of course.
Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Perfect.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is?
If you ever end
one
up in the
giant
monitor room,
ending.
narrator restarts the game.
And we're supposed
Discover
to
the 2
restart the
doors
game
now as many additional doors. Endless running.
times?
Office is now dead end.
really
Turn
how
on
all this goes?
adventure line. Find line again. Find confusion ending.
determined?
So narrator restarts
So
the game.
now, according to the schedule,
Fifth
I
restart.
restart again. Then what?
Okay.
Am I
so it's
just
playing the
supposed to
story, but it's
forget?
prevented, unable to
Oh,
go
what if I
anywhere or
don't
do
want to
anything. Game
forget?
restarts on its own.
My mind
Find the
goes
line again.
blank
Begin
simply because it's written
following the
here on
line.
this,
Find an
this
identical
thing.
replica of the office that has begun to
wall.
deteriorate. Attempt to make a story
Well,
appear.
who consulted
Narrator
me?
restarts the game.
Why don't I get to decide?
Okay.
Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting.
gonna-
I don't want to forget what's going
Yes,
on.
but if it's going
I
to
don't want to be
restart on
trapped
its
like
own,
this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped.
we're done.
Does that mean
Can I sit in the chair?
did we do it?
Can I push
Did
the
we
chair?
break the cycle? The whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone
Apparently
come for
not.
us? Will something happen? So, okay.
I'm sure we can come. We can play
I guess
noughts
now
or
we just
crosses
wait.
or
You know,
hangman
I
or
suppose in some way
I
that
don't
this is
know.
a kind of story.
D&D
Wouldn't you agree?
maybe. We can
I'm
sort
not quite
something
sure
out.
if
We
we're
can
in the
play.
destination or the journey. Though they're always saying that life
Yeah,
is about
yeah.
the journey and not
We've
the
done the
destination.
journey and we're here
So
at the
I hope that's
destination.
where
We
we
just-
are right now.
There's not
We'll
much
find out,
in
won't
the
we? Eventually.
destination, really.
Well, in the
It's fine.
meantime, if you
Oh. I'm back. Has he forgotten about all the previous restarts?
all of his co-workers were gone.
Yes, it seems
what
so.
Could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't remember if there's anything more to that or if it is literally just that's all that ending was. The two doors.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, I'm going to go
This was
right,
not the
and I'm
correct
going
way
to
the
keep
meeting room,
going
and
after
Stanley
the
knew perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
after finding
just to admire it.
the door that leads to the
Wow.
maintenance room.
Yes, this room.
Excuse me.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open
So
door
dead on
his
from
left.
here. What will we find? This is the loading bay, isn't it?
Stanley
Yes,
was
here we
so
go.
bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Well, what? I swear there's a thing where you can literally just like step on and then step off, but okay. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, 1,000 quid. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, 1,000 quid. It'll also cause death. Oh, it's the line! But I must follow the line. This is some sort of sick joke, isn't it? Anything else? No. Okay.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot
do
here.
I
I'm not your
jump
enemy,
from
really, I'm
here?
not. I realize
Not
that
down there,
investing
but
your
I
trust
don't
in
need to jump
someone
over
else
to
can
here.
be
Or do I keep
difficult, But
going?
the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
No, I'll
Please,
keep going. I'll
stop
keep
trying
going.
to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for, this is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
To redeem myself,
put
because I've been
your
such a
work
horrible
aside,
human being.
To let her back into your life.
432.
She's been waiting.
It's fine. Oh yes, I think I remember this one.
That's
But
her,
I tell you what, I
Stanley.
also remember
You
about
need
this
to be
ending.
the one to do this. To reach out to
You
her.
can get it.
If you can
Get
truly
out of it.
place your... Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone? That wasn't
Yes.
supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me
Well,
double
the
check.
things you discover when you deal with stupidity.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits.
How sweet.
Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible?
Why are there so many
None of
cigarettes
these
in this one
decisions were
empty room?
supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Oh,
I
the
can't
twist.
believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making.
How?
Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation?
I unplugged the
Well, I
phone,
won't let
it's
that kind of risk
fine.
on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Alright.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice.
Okay,
He could
I'm
invent a
taking notes,
machine that
taking notes.
eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember
I don't know.
that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at
Since
no
if forgetting
time
how to
should
read,
you make a
yeah,
choice
I mean,
that does not
you'd probably be
conform
able-
to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make
You know what
sense,
that means?
in all
Fish.
likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the
Oh.
person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
My, is it
Excellent.
4:30?
Making
I'm
choices
supposed
on
to
a
be having a
regular
back
basis
sack
is
and
the best
crack.
part to a healthy
Say back sack
decision-making
to each other and
process.
chat.
Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day.
Oh.
Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to
Means I
wonder
might
if
need to
your
get my
choices
choice
are
numbers
actually
up.
meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Perfect. Where's the
Welcome back.
exercise?
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way,
I mean, with these
please.
forklifts, I'm not shocked. Oh, it seems relatively normal from here. Oh, yeah, been good. I know that I can step off of this and step, like, or like step on and step off, but I'm not going to.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't
I
have
want to
you
carry
jumping
on with
off the
this ending. I
platform
want to try and get
dying.
it.
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all.
I mean, it
We
makes
just
sense.
need to
It
get
would
you
just be a
home
bit
as soon
stupid
as
as long as the
possible
death
before
was,
the narrative
you know,
contradiction gets
in
any
world
worse.
and for a valid
Unfortunately,
reason.
it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Onward to find, I guess, the story, or to cover a wrong choice that I've made. Hopefully, I will make it correct this time. But you never know.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the
yes.
left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
That's fine. Let's go. Let's go.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would.
Right.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Okay.
All right.
What would
When
Stanley
Stanley
do?
came to a set of
What
2
would
open
Stanley
doors,
do?
he entered the door on his left.
Stanley would enter the door on his left. That means I can get to the broom closet. Get me there.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
No! They've locked it. How could they? Damn.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs
There used to be a
his boss's
downstairs, I
office.
swear. Fair enough, can I go to there? No, all the doors are locked.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in
And the most
disbelief
expensive
who
boss.
orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door
Shooting
lay
a
all
panda?
the answers
Business
to his
strategy?
questions. And beyond all probability,
Carte
he knew the
blanche, feet
passcode.
Mont
He had
Blanc.
seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark
That says
115.
sewage lilies
Was
by
this the code
by
to
Claude
it, or
Money.
would it still work? There was
Instead of
only one way
Monet.
to find out. Stanley had been trained
That's
never
good.
to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
What was the code? I wasn't listening. You get me?
Stanley spoke the code.
Night Shark 115.
He spoke it into the receiver.
Yes, I'm trying.
Right there on the wall.
My name, I'm back? Welcome back. I'm trying to talk. Night Shark 115.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you?
No.
Please speak the code into the receiver.
Yes, I'm
Otherwise
trying.
we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I'm doing my best, Mr. Narrator. Night Shark 115.
Okay, fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do.
Just open the door
I asked you
for me.
This one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
This way. Can I get in the broom closet this time?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
I'm quite
sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
This way.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
It's all getting rather twisty. I broke him. Apparently so. I broke the broom closet. I've broken the story. How could I? My poor broom closet.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that you... My story. You've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now.
It's funny.
What am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut
Germany
the game
everywhere.
down. I have to.
Hide your beer. Oh no.
I'm here. I'm
back at the 2 doors.
Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed.
I'm sorry about that.
It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
Oh,
what,
I'm
did
sure
you think
you'll
that would be
cope.
funny? You just had to see?
Yes.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
Yes, but this was
He
funny.
actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it?
No.
That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh.
Definitely not.
That story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make...
No, I'm... Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors...
Get to see Stanley.
Door on his left.
Come on.
Stanley? Hello? Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
The end?
I need you to walk through the door.
But I haven't even touched any of the new content. Is the Ultra Deluxe really just like a remake with like a couple of other like quality of life fixes? That's a shame.
It cannot exist without
There's gotta be. There's gotta be more.
Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together.
I do like how quite fast I can teabag though.
Step forward, please. Choose. Do something.
I guess
This is more important.
I just Begin the game again. I'll restart.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Nothing new?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Anything new? Nope, nope. In which case...
When Stanley
go
came
this
to a
way.
set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way
And
to the meeting
jump
room,
off
and Stanley
the,
knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge
the
first,
walkway.
just to admire it.
Just fine.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was
Try
it about
jumping out
this
the
room but
first
eager
window
to
you
get
see.
back
I
to
remember there
business,
was something.
Stanley
The
took
first
the
window I
first
see.
open
Okay,
door on his left.
I'll give that a shot. I don't know how, considering I can't jump, but I'll probably have to like Oblivion horse my way out, like I did
Stanley
with
was so
the
bad at following
mind
directions,
control
it's
facility.
incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. And it's all good, man. I'll stand up. Stomach's beginning to hurt anyway. Right.
Look, Stanley, I think
I remember there
we've
used to
gotten
be
off on the wrong foot
a thing where
here.
you could like
I'm not
destroy the
defending
kill
you,
barrier
really,
here
I'm not. I
with like
realize that investing your trust in
the
someone else
control,
can be
like
difficult,
the
but
command
fact
window or
is that
whatever
the
it's called,
story
control
has
line,
been about
and you
nothing but
could
you
get
all
rid of
this
the
time.
kill barrier
Someone
there,
you've been
wander around at the
neglecting,
bottom.
Stanley.
And there is a
Someone you've forgotten
you could also spawn like the
Please.
companion cubes from Portal.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that
Yes.
convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
No,
Why,
it's just,
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a
Paul.
chance.
Of course. What is it?
Now listen carefully, this is important.
Okay.
Stanley walked through the red door.
That's fine. I shall walk through the red door.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me.
Yes,
Do
it's
you
fine.
see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is
fine.
all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere
When you
that
start the
isn't
game, I mean,
here.
okay, so it's
Running and
like when I
running and
restart the
running,
game,
just
the
way
first
you're
window
doing
I
right
see, that's
now.
fine.
Don't you see that it's
How
killing
did
us,
the streams
Stanley?
these past
I
days been
just-
going?
I wanted to
They've been
stop.
good. I finished
We would
Inscription,
both be so much
which
happier
I
if we just
very much enjoyed
stopped.
as probably
And I
the
think-
best
well, I
game
think
I've
I have a
played
solution.
recently
Here, let me
for the
show
first
you.
time. Oh, what if I keep going? Or is it just around here again? Yeah, finished Inscription, which went well. I haven't done tons of streams because over the weekend I've been a bit busy. Before then was
What are we looking for?
playing some Risk of Rain
Here.
with my good friend Aviator.
Oh, it's
And
beautiful,
then,
isn't it? If we just
also,
stay right
I don't know if you were there for
right
the
in this
Cocoon
moment with
stream,
this place, Stanley,
where we
I think
played
I
a
feel
puzzle game
happy.
about jumping in and
actually
out
feel
between
happy.
different layers of worlds. If you want to watch any of those, then the VOD channel is available. And you're more than welcome to, in fact, I very much encourage you if you want to see more content when I'm not live or unable to catch the streams live, you can catch up with them on the on that YouTube channel. Ooh. Incredibly pretty. Very nice. And then soon I shall be working on my first video for my main channel. Oh, very nice, but there's not much I can do here. I did something, yeah, fair enough. But it does now mean I am out of games that I've been recommended to play, so I'm going to have to, for next week's schedule, which I shall be uploading to my Twitter soon, I'm going to have to pick some games that I just have on Pocket, or replay some games or stuff like that.
No,
do some
wait.
drinking streams
Where are
or
you going?
XYZ.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If
Oh,
you
I
hurt
remember.
yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
I remember this ending. It's not a nice ending. I'm gonna go stand here.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there.
Yes,
Just stay.
I'll
here.
stay here. I'll just reset the ending, Mr. Narrator. So I'll see if I can find another thing to recommend. It's all good. I mean, if not, I mean, I have some plans. I've got some stuff sorted out. I've got Amnesia: The Bunker, which I plan on playing. I'm also probably going to do some more Rain World. because that's quite enjoyable. I very much find that fun. And then I'm going to play some of Casey's mod for Inscription. The main thing being is if there's things that people want to see me play in particular, I will need to know, just so that I can sort it out. Right. Very nice. Back to the story. So the first window to
yes, that's where everyone
this
would
window.
Be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Okay. Oh, 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 ah. Oh, I can't. Oh.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
Very witty.
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
I mean,
why don't we take a minute just to
cool.
drink it all in?
I like it. It's kind of an empty white void.
I'm over it now.
It's quite chill.
What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Am I sick of this gag? No.
Oh, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place.
That's a fair point.
Now, think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Well, I shall restart. What the? Can I run around? I could run, like, in a small box. There wasn't much.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I swear it's this one where it's like, I can open
Stanley
one of these
decided
doors.
to go to the meeting room.
Yes,
Perhaps
here we
he'd
go.
simply missed a memo.
Welcome to white dog mode. I've activated dog mode. Alright, let's keep going. Where's the story? Which way do I go? This way.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Should I go to the door on the left? Yeah, why not? 'Cause I want to go down the staircase. It's very silly.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Alas!
Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Talk
Stanley
less to
decided to go
amazing
up to
work.
his boss's
So, yeah.
office, hoping
get
he
fired.
might find
Good
an
luck.
answer there.
My beloved.
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Stay, please. I shall stay in here for sure. I'm hoping that he says something else. I don't know what happens though. I don't know if anything does happen. The way he was talking about that is probably nothing. What if I stand really still and do nothing? And pretend to be invisible? Like that one song by Duran Duran. Or that TV show about a man in a blue suit. Or... I don't know what else is invisible. Who knows? Oh, it's a big surprise and we'll never know if we leave. Yeah, that's truly the issue. Perhaps I just need to wait in the broom closet for 6 hours, and then it'll reveal to me its secrets. Like, the actual shelf will, like, lower down into the floor, revealing a passageway that leads to the true broom closet ending. And then I can go tell all my friends about it, and how much I love the broom closet ending. Or, there's nothing here. Imagine fall asleep in those 6 hours and miss it. I think if that happens, you just give up. Like, you don't try and wait again. You just Google what happens at that point. I think I shall leave the broom closet be. Give it some space. I love you. Let us go.
Coming to a staircase,
Down the
Stanley
stairs.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Down the stairs. Into the ominous red light. Why is this piece of paper so bright? No.
But Stanley just
Maybe
couldn't
1,
do
1,
it.
2.
He considered the possibility
more
of
like
facing
11,
his
12
boss,
actually.
admitting he had left his post during work
1,
hours.
2, B,
He might
4.
be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished.
Exit.
His boss would think he was crazy.
What is this?
And then something occurred to Stanley.
69? Nice.
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe
Can you
I
know with
am
the barking?
crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
I'm going to say
Why
no.
did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
I say you probably
And for that
can't be
matter,
annoyed by the
these rooms
barking,
were starting
but
to look
I
pretty
may be
familiar. Were they simply
maybe
repeating?
mistaken.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion
right.
that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Of course.
He yelled.
Oh,
"This
yeah, it's a
is all
shame.
a
I
dream."
wish could annoy him with the barking. That'd be funny.
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer.
Just a bit of
an
a yapper.
explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
That's all good.
He thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well
does this
enjoy
mug
this
say?
while I'm still lucid. So,
Coffee
he
nut.
imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh,
Then he imagined himself
and a
soaring
flying
through
dog.
space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my
What if I
head
go the opposite way?
dictating everything
Oh,
that I'm
apparently
doing and
not.
thinking? Now the voice was describing
No
itself
parking.
being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
Oh, no.
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts.
I think I might be going crazy.
And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course,
I think I'm definitely going crazy.
Could it be?
I'm going.
was Stanley
One might even
simply
say
deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he
Barking
doesn't have to take
mad.
responsibility for himself. Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
I
Now,
apologise for
hearing
the
voice
awful
speak
joke.
These words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain beyond a
But
doubt
don't-
that this was in
Yeah.
fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that?
It was a dreadful
this
joke,
voice
but
was a part of himself
a joke
too.
it was
Surely,
indeed.
Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back.
The sound of the dog barking at the foot of his bed.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it
Maybe the
let me go back to
narrator
my
is
job.
projecting. Possibly,
Let
yeah,
me
maybe
continue
he's
pushing
crazy.
the buttons.
Realistic
Please,
dog owner
it's all I want.
experience.
I
Yeah.
want my
When I
apartment
own a chihuahua and
my
I
wife
wake up to hear
and
this
my
every
job.
morning.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's
Because I
always
forgot to
been.
put food in its bowl
My life
at like
was
5
normal.
in the morning.
I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Yep.
I am okay.
Apparently not.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up.
Very
My name is
strange
Stanley.
sounding scream.
I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice?
Oh, no.
Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking
Through
and screaming
town
to
barking
himself,
to himself.
then collapsed dead on
He's
the sidewalk.
100% crazy.
Although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man.
Can she also buy?
He
No,
was
no.
obviously crazy.
That's how
what
she knows
knew.
she's not crazy.
Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment,
She thought herself how lucky she was to be normal, that she can't
I am
bark.
zen. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting
Good for
to
you,
feel this,
Mariella.
and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting. she
Maybe
had
everyone
scheduled
except her
for that
barks. Yeah,
day.
then maybe she's being
Very
othered
important people
for
whose
not being able to
impressions of her would
bark.
affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Very nice, very heartwarming story. No! I can no longer bark. Maybe it's for the best. Oh well. I barked too close to the sun, it seems.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
I can think of one space. Oh. What? New content.
Oh,
What?
new content?
Let me through.
What does that mean, new content?
New content. The Britain closet will have to wait. I found new content. Oh, it's a fair ride. Let's go.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
You're very welcome.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Very
The
nice.
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting
What?
audiences the world over.
Well, I can't say I've seen much of the extra content so far, but
Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await.
something
in
tells me
the
I'm about to
Stanley
experience
Parable Ultra
it.
Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Have a step back. No, I can't. New
So
content.
far, it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Do I move or?
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go.
Okay.
All right, finally.
Good,
at long
good.
last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
More stuff. More content. I'm not shelling in a second. Actually, while
I
we're
have
just
to say, initial impressions
While
of
we're just
Stanley
waiting in the
Parable
elevator at
Ultra
the dog
Deluxe
cage. Oh no.
awfully tedious.
I've lost
It's
my
as if
voice and I'm stuck in the dog cage.
Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Sorry, give me a sec. I shall be there in a moment, narrator. I'm just refilling my wine. There we go. Perfect.
All right.
The jump
All
circle.
right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Jumps remaining 36. I can jump! I've only got a limited number of jumps though, I've got to use these sparingly. I can't use them all here. I mean, no one's looking, maybe one more. Yes. 33, Max Verstappen. Very cool. Should save myself some jumps. Can I? Apparently not. Maybe I could use the jumps. There, can I move the jump circle? Can I push it or is there a switch or nope? It's
is
just
that it?
cardboard.
Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Another elevator. Back in the dog cage for me.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes.
Interesting.
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it.
Almost
I'm
pit.
ready for whatever it is.
Ah.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar.
God, I know.
Get me started on the level of
How
craftsmanship
horrendous.
that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this?
Oh, dear.
I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
No! Narrator, don't go on Twitter!
We've got too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
You're right. I
No
need to go.
frills,
Need to
no
go
gimmicks.
to the broom
Just you
closet.
and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Yes. I want to go to the broom closet. No, narrator. That's... yeah. Ooh. Wait. Is the whiteboard ending again? Can I get the dog barking? Apparently not.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Sure. Broom closet is safe. The broom closet. The broom closet is my safe space. When any time I'm stressed or anything, I imagine I'm back in the broom closet. It's the safe space
You remember
of
how
all
cheap and unsatisfying
a
the new
monkey,
Ultra
fish,
Deluxe
fungi,
content turned out
which
to
are
be?
actually
But it got me
dogs.
thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it
What
away
the-
here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Ah.
I call it the memory zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my
Very
life
nice.
whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
The memory zone. Ooh, I've not seen any of this. Are you planning on playing Secrets of the Mimic? Is that the new Five Nights at Freddy's game?
You see, Stanley,
Because-
doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release?
The greatest wealth is
Remember back
memory.
in October of 2013,
Don't
when the
forget.
game originally launched?
Memory, sweet
Back
memory.
then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant
I
something.
remember. Hey, is that in Russian?
Waste.
Yes, it is in Russian. 2013, when the Stanley Parable was released. Yeah, okay, so as in that is the new Five Nights at Freddy's game. Five Nights at Freddy's? Yeah, depending on how much it is, yeah. I think as long as it's not, like, ludicrously expensive, or, actually, I don't really care so much about cost, it's more about bugginess, because, for example, when Security Breach came out, it was atrocious to play, because of how buggy it was. So, I will 100%, if people want to see me play it, including you, if you want to see me play it, I will happily play it. But I may leave it a couple of days to get a patch out so that it's not completely unplayable on launch. Our first kiss, my first car. The release of the Stanley Parable in 2013. I kind of want that poster. That's so stupid. Remember, memory zone temp, mind control. Yes, the original remake. Yes, I'd love to see you play. Then that's fine. Then I shall definitely add it to the list of games that I'll watch the launch. I don't know what it hasn't had a launch date announced, has it? Audience Award, Stanley Parable. And the BAFTA for Stanley last. You know, it should have been Last of Us. I think June or something. Yeah, that's fine. I shall add it to the list of games to play. And in June, while I'm around, I shall 100% stream it for you. Hopefully it doesn't come out on a weekend that I'm away. But regardless, I'll just play it like the next day that I'm back and able to stream. $1. A trip down memory lane. Smiled because it happened. Stanley Parable Alpha Test. It's very cool. Stanley Parable. Oh, I remember the demonstration. Oh, with the waiting room. Oh, holy shit. God, that was so good. I wish I could go back and find that. That was brilliant as well. Go outside, don't play 5 years. I can probably get that for the original, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Unachievable. It's impossible to get this achievement. Beta, work in progress. Stanley Parable nominee for a BAFTA. Debut game and story, all BAFTA nominees. New video game releasing today. Creator surprisingly down to earth. Colleges show uneven effort to enroll poor. Business leaders pushing election of council allies. 50% off designer hat. I've got to go get myself a hat. Yeah. Oh. There's Mariella. And there's that weird barking man from earlier. Crazy. Oh, that's sweet. That's sad, but that's sweet. Very cute hamster. Yeah, no, it's fine. I shall 100% play Secrets of the Mimic. I haven't played. I haven't played Security Breach or Ruin. So I'm hoping I don't need tons of context from that. I know about the Mimic, though. Like, I know what
And over here,
loosely the
variety
Mimic is,
reviews
but...
of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley?
Every game ever created. That's at
how
least like
grand
5.
and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
I won't even call that an hour. Way back to the original remake. What's down here then? Museum maintenance? I don't know. Apparently nothing. Knowing your city. It's fine. Buy on Steam. All the button models and the 2 doors. Makes me want to go see the museum ending again, actually. Yes, give me a sec. Sorry, I shall just be a sec. It's fine, it happens all the time. There we go. Perfect. Apologies for that. First of the year, Stanley, clearly. Little models of Stanley and Mariella. Very nice. But no, hopefully I don't, for the secret of the Mimic, hopefully I don't need the background knowledge from Ruin or Security Breach. I know of them, I have not actually played them. But then again, if they aren't needed, maybe that's something I can do in the run-up to Secret of the Mimic. Number is 29, yes! That was from the demo. That was so cool. Don't remember it. End is never the end. Because what I can do is literally end.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley?
It was
the
brilliant.
Game was perfect.
It was incredible.
It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content.
It had the broom closet.
It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Bicycle. Right. But I can't. The serious room. Oh, I remember this. If you... Oh. You know what? I love that it's completely blocked off. Can I... Wait, is there an option to... Can I... No, there's no way I can turn on the command line. You used to be able to... I was saying earlier, you can use the command line to, like, delete kill boxes and like, doors so you could get there. If you turned on SV_cheats 1, which is the standard, like, activating in-game cheats command for any Source Engine game, if you did that in Stanley Parable 1, you'd get teleported to the serious room, and you'd be told about how turning on cheats is very serious, and this is the most serious table that I could ever find and whatnot, and you'd have to stay there for like a certain amount of time, or you could just quit out the game. It was funny, it was like another dumb ending, but that's really cute that they've got a reference to it here, especially now as you can't activate the command line, to my knowledge.
These were simple
and the
times,
fact
Stanley,
that it's behind the boxes, so you can't get to it without using SV cheats. is just the icing on the cake. I don't think so. I mean, the lore always gets dissected later.
Hang on.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
fair.
recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
I mean, the MatPat videos were always classics game theory. I mean, I remember watching when the original like FNAF game theories were coming out, and those were iconic.
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam,
when the game was like
the
just
online
coming
video
out,
game
absolutely
distributor.
exploded.
I
Oh
haven't
no!
looked at these in years. I can't even
Steam
imagine what's been
reviews.
collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
It's the end of the world. What are we gonna do? Oh, wrong side. Oh, but this one's good. This one's not.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights.
It's essentially
that I can't
all
even
gags,
imagine
but
where I'd
really
have
good
the room to
ones.
stick them.
But the original, like the game theories, are always brilliant. But the story got so convoluted after the amount of new games, and then there's also the books, and then there's also the film, which I have actually watched. That was it's not good, but it was fun. He's negative. Oh, I don't know. I thought the original game was pretty damn good. And this new content's been funny.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as
Narrator
light
getting
and airy as
insecure,
it-
yeah.
Well, I
He's
always
having his work
thought
criticised.
maybe it
I
wasn't.
don't blame him.
Dear.
How could you not like this
What
game?
an
It's got the
awful
broom
memory to
closet.
have to
It's got
hold
the
on to.
barking. It's
These
got
black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
the
Like I
mind,
let
the
these
adventure
people down.
line. It's got the adventure line. How
Perhaps
could
the
I have
Stanley
forgotten?
Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
No, it was very good, narrator. Don't be so hard on yourself. All important things in life,
What's
of
this one got to
course.
say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button?
I do
Well,
think that's quite
yes.
funny because
Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall
But
have.
no, I was going to say that review's pretty pointless because one of the main appeals is the witty writing. So, well, I guess I'm no longer at the beach.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it.
No, I
It's
think
what
I'm
the
good.
players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered.
I'm quite happy to
No
listen
more
to you, Mr.
listening to me
Narrator.
rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue.
I want to hear you
and
talk.
It goes something like this.
The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and
You know
never
what?
a
I
moment
shall
before
jump you forward.
lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many...
Oh, you're back, you see?
Yes.
You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and
Yes, it
lengthy
seems so.
ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations.
I wouldn't
Not
call it
that,
so
of course,
profound.
you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto.
Ooh.
Look,
I like the word
I'll outline
manifesto,
it for
that's
you
good.
very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay,
Is clock
so my
accurate?
theory is that any choice you've ever made is
No, it
simply
is
a
not.
series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by
I'm gonna press the
making
button.
no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your Greek gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay,
Very
at
important.
first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just
definitely has a
much grander
grander
sort of
sound
tone?
to it,
It
yeah,
has
you
a
say.
mouthfeel that is rich with ambition
It's
and
got a
mystery.
vibe
Ambitious
to
history,
it, you know,
with.
manifesto.
See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto.
Yes,
Heavens,
exactly.
at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look, I have a method for exactly
He
this
should
sort
become
of
a politician.
situation,
With the
and I
amount
do
he can
find myself
waffle
in this
on,
situation frequently.
it wouldn't shock
I'm
me.
going
It'd be
to
a
say
very
each
good
word
one.
back and
Actually, no,
forth
it wouldn't be a
in
very
repeated
good one, but he'd
succession
probably get
until I become
elected.
sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued
and he's
me from disaster
unimpeachable.
in countless situations. All right, here we go.
I'd vote for him.
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto.
I think he'd just repeat
Treatise,
this forever.
Manifesto.
Yeah.
Treatise.
I'd vote for him. I think he's worth a
Oh,
candidate.
well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you?
Yes, I
but
did.
That's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof. And okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time
Oh.
the button has been skipping through is becoming longer
What?
and longer. That last one was...
Where's the door?
well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's
Oh,
not
no.
unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about.
Oh, it's
I
getting
know
longer.
shocking,
It's
isn't it?
like,
But at
The
any
Long
rate,
Dream,
I do
by
suggest
Junji
that
Ito.
we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out
Yes,
of here?
how do I...
Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place?
Gotta
I
climb
don't
up through the
think
vents
one
or
can enter a room
scale
without
a
a door
pipe
of some
or-
sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want
mean,
is
there's
for us to move
vents.
on and to please step away from the skip button to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there
I mean, narrator, if you can give me a
Where did it go?
hand up, I can
Can you
probably
maybe
fit through the
just
vent.
ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body
can
into
think
the
of a way
wall
to do
until
it.
enough
I'll just
damage
need some
is
time
done
to
for you
think.
to be able... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
It's the Long
You've
Dream.
just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room.
Nope.
Stanley, the door is gone. It's
Hopefully there will be in the
completely
future.
gone. I've looked... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back.
Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just
Oh,
sitting
the
here.
plan's
Not
dead.
a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always?
Can I
Doesn't
leave
that feel like what we've
the cage
already
with
been
the button?
doing?
Yes, I
Me
can.
just talking, but it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't
There's
even
an ominous
close,
glow
because
coming from this
I know
ladder.
you
Can I
can't
do
hear
something?
me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley.
Apparently
I'm
not.
realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley, not the outcomes, not
I
the
don't
story.
want to
None of
skip
that
it,
matters
but
anymore.
also...
I'll give it all up. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been
Are we
through.
breaking up
I've
now?
had
Are we having
so
a divorce?
much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year?
Yes,
Let me
I did just
describe
then.
it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stan.
Nothing? Narrator? I guess not. Oh dear. Apparently I'm going to be gassed.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point.
Oh, he's back.
It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no...
It's gone again. Once I do love the dialogue in this game. Sometimes it is just sitting on for long rambles, and I think this part, it is purposefully meant to be long rambles.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
You'll be fine, man.
The end is never the end.
I'll find us something. Ooh! Water! Oh wait, does that mean the room's going to be flooding or the ceiling's going to be breaking through? To the future! The ceiling's breaking through! Bit more time. Hang on, narrator. I will break us a hole. Oh, I can't get up there. Hold on. Damn, if only the jump circle was here. It's fine. I should go into the future where there should be a jump circle. Or more of the wall will be gone. Ah. I mean, this isn't so bad. I still can't do anything, but, you know, it's pretty at least. Oh. That's not so nice. You there still, Mr. Narrator? I guess not. Oh, there's noises. Oh. Ah. Ah. What the? Guess I'll just go this way. The memory zone's all gone. And fucking everything's gone. Guess I'll catch a sandworm from here. Channel my inner Timothy Chalamet. Pirates of the Caribbean. Yes! Oh, you're so right. I'm in Davy Jones' locker. Oh, God. I've got to find some crabs that are actually pebbles. Alright. Back to the start. That was a cool ending. If a bit. Definitely one that I would stay to listen to more of the dialogue if I wasn't streaming it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I could.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I haven't hopped out this window and chosen the other ending.
Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
So you know what? I shall hop out here and do the other ending.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
Yeah, fair enough.
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature
He does
of
have a good
video game
voice.
structure
I
don't remember
the VA's name, but
so now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this
he does
a fun
do a good
and
job.
unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
You know what? Yeah, I am sick of this gag. I'm not close enough.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like, right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Oh, some more music?
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become quite unbearable.
Very nice. Good little tune. I think I prefer the good job he made it to the bottom of the mind control facility, but that was very good. And the adventure line song is very good as well. Applause, yes. You know what? I shall applaud that. Whoa! Whoa! Encore! In which case, I shall restart it then, as I believe he's just going to keep playing the guitar forever.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What? New content? Don't mind if I do. I'm never going to get to see the
You
broom
noticed
closet
my
at this
sign?
rate.
Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Oh. See now? Then let us go. Unless this is the same thing again. Okay. Back in the dog cage.
You see, Stanley,
Can't bark,
I've been
but, you know.
reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud
need
to
elevator
announce for
music.
the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly
The end is
re-release
never
with a
the
few
end
minor
again.
additions?
You know
Think
what,
of all
that
the
you know
new
that goes
territory
kind of
we'll cover
hard.
with a fully fledged sequel, an entirely new experience built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in
is this?
so many different directions.
Testing two
This
printers at the
is
same
what
time.
fans have truly been asking for.
I know, I think the elevator music is very cool, but we need it would have been fun, but we needed epic music for this. The Stanley Parable to
Calling it
Investor
the Stanley
Showcase.
Parable 2 is just so much catchier
The
than
line.
Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable
Far
2,
too
now
twee
that's an
dough.
artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented.
I don't know how to pronounce
it
that one.
screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Okay. Clearly some kind of planning meeting. What? Can I guess not. Nothing over there. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Okay, I love that. That's so stupid. Time to wake up. Yeah. I love all the stupid, pointless 2 merch. It's so funny. What's that? Oh, that's a bird. I got to go. I hope I can join you next stream. Well, thank you for dropping by. It's been good fun having you here. Hopefully you've enjoyed. And the next stream should be Sunday. It is going to be some Balatro currently, because I just need something to take it chill, take it nice and light. So feel free to come and join. That should be an evening stream. Again, so sort of around the same sort of time as this one has been. What the... Is that fan art of the narrator and Stanley? I'll try to make it. Hey, if you don't manage to, don't worry. Like, don't stress it too much. You can always catch up on the VODs channel. In which case, have a good rest of your day, whatever you get up to. I'm going to continue looking at images of 2s. And try and get my barking powers back. They're back. The 2 doors. You two, thank you. 1 + 1 is 2 - 1. Ah, okay, that's quite fun. Well, the Stanley Parable? Better Stanley Parable. There's 2 at the ferns! They're back! I knew I should have studied. I should have studied them harder. They do look very similar, though. Stanley Parable 2. All the logo designs. Thanks for attending my meeting. It's stupid. Oh, God. That's fun. It's very fun. Very fun, very goofy section of the game. Oh. Through the mysterious
Now,
glass
to be clear,
doors.
I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally
Scrum,
spring up
design,
around them.
pitch, break,
It'll all
pitch,
work
design.
itself out.
Number
Game
2
development
chat.
is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Just a bunch of fun little doodles. Sequels are good. Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman, Arkham Asylum 2, City. yeah, fair enough. Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar. Crab, the ultimate sequel. There's so much too. I don't even know if I can handle it. Let's wait to the show floor. A bus for new content. Do I hop on the new content bus? No. I guess I shall keep going up these stairs. Expo Hall 2. Oh my.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Oh my goodness. Merch. QR code. Maybe it's probably just a Rickroll or something. I'm not going to scan that. Right. Enjoy the new features. Exclusive. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Hear your name in the game. Alright. Let's hear.
For the Stanley
Hear
Parable
it say
2,
my name.
I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as
right.
people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
Everyone's got one
Isn't
here.
that
Yours
wonderful?
today. Oh, that's so silly. Oh, okay. I thought it opened. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. What will it be?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature.
Imagine
Just
like
play along.
not
I
knowing
promise
about
you'll
this and
love it.
playing this game
Okay,
as someone
here we
called
go.
Jim
Let's
to
take a
press that.
deep
I think
breath,
you'd be deeply
clear your mind,
horrified.
forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I
Unfor-
want you to imagine yourself living as Jim.
All right.
Sleeping and waking as Jim.
I'm no longer
falling
Doots.
in love
I am
and being
Jim.
heartbroken as Jim. Seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim, watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right
feel
now?
it.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
I am Jim. I will win and I will lose as Jim. I will breathe in and I will breathe out as Jim. I am Jim.
Jim.
Oh my god!
Yes!
It said my name!
What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you! Do it again, do it again!
Yes.
Jim.
Oh,
It hits even harder the second time.
How does it know?
If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
oh, I need more.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim.
No,
I'm putting the Jim button.
I need more.
Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you
No.
actually are.
No.
Jim.
Sorry, I snapped into a trance there. I can no longer be Jim. I am now back to being Doots. Where Agatha Bond, Jensen Peter Craig, shout out Jensen Button, even though it's spelt weirdly. Judge Dave She-Ra, Bert Bart. I hope that's gonna say Bort. Stephen, yeah, fair enough. Every name there is, but I don't see a Doots.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh my god,
that
Jim
would actually
segregation.
save me the work of finishing this feature.
Pardon me. A whole new office. Please no screenshots. Red is the new orange. Yeah. Oh, ray tracing. New updated ray trace, more of the same, but in a good way. Sequel to the new features, new content, new ideas. The jump circle's back. And the infinite hole. I want to go see the reassurance bucket first. What's this way? Office decorations. Yeah, actually, I'll go see this. And then
Okay,
I'll
I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get Well Someday is funny, but I do like the blue. I think I'll go Happy 12th Birthday, Stepneys.
Sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it
Okay.
is.
You know, I don't mind that. I think that's fine. Well, it's alright. Take your time. And all the pictures have got it in now. That's funny.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Alright, I shall go back this way so I can access the bucket. What did that say? The reassurance bucket. Take me to it. Show me the reassurance bucket.
Was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well,
What's this?
I'm happy to say that after much
Board members, please note that
consideration,
you
I've engineered a clever
incentivize
solution
unpack
to this
ping.
fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable
reach out.
Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true.
The bucket.
As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly
Dear
normal and
God.
perhaps even comforting.
I can
You
feel
may
like
even
Soldier
come
from Team
along
Fortress
to the
2.
gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you
Having
imagine
something
what
to
a pain in the
reassure me.
ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution.
Give it to me.
Come on, give it a try.
Let's try it.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
Yes, I
And
feel
in
it.
fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Thank you. I like the clank that the bucket makes when I walk with it.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
They've changed the title. the button that says Jim. You heard Jim in the game. That's so dumb. I love that. Collectibles? New free and easy achievement, infinite hole. And a map. You know, new easy and free achievement, why not? Get yours right now. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps, it just works.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply
I go
give
this
you
way?
the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Cool. To work now?
Okay,
Okay,
perhaps I
apparently
should
not.
have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
There's something about the way he says gamers. It just works. Alright. Perfect. Now, what other If that's not good until the
What else? What other
check
exhibits
out
have we
the
seen yet?
infinite hole. Then I'll go for the collectibles, and then they said something about the jump circle being back here. Maybe the jump circle is the infinite hole.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
So it's like the, it's like the, what's called? Maybe it is like the jump circle. It's about the same size.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Sure.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
So I don't think, what would happen if I can't jump in this circle. What would happen if I were to fall all the way to the bottom?
Okay, and I guess we're back in the hole now. Did you really need to see it again?
Yes, I didn't get to see it all.
I don't know what else there is to say, Stanley. It's an infinite hole. It's exactly what you're doing right now, but forever. There really are so many other fascinating exhibits that I've prepared for you.
I'd like to at least thoroughly examine your work,
and I would
narrator.
very much like to show you some more of them. How about we go ahead and press that teleport button again so we can get back to what's really important about... Oh, goodness. Well, this is rather embarrassing, Stanley.
It's not a bottomless
I'll
hole.
be honest with you. I truly did not believe
This
that
hole is
anyone
very
would
bottomed,
actually stay
and it's
in the
got
hole long
cigarettes
enough
here.
to hit the bottom.
Is this the
Yes,
jump
I
circle?
know,
I can't
told
jump.
you the hole was infinite, but come on. Who actually wants
Meeting
to
at
fall
2 p.m.
forever?
Sincerely,
the hole was
management.
plenty deep. It was more than deep enough, in my opinion. Maybe it's you who likes falling too much. Maybe you're
two
the
of us.
problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both
New
said
mug.
some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this
sorry, the
behind
meeting
us and agree to just call the whole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole. and
Infinite
we can
enough.
move on. I'll just be
I'll
up
take
here
it.
when you're ready.
The mostly infinite hole. Yes. I'm hoping the sign out here has changed too. Infinite hole chart. Hole entrance. I mean, these look the same. I'm hoping it will up here saying the nearly infinite hole. Or mostly. Mostly infinite hole. Fine, it ended. That's fine. Can you find them? Can you find them? Okay, if that looks quite important. Is there anything else? The exit to the jump circle. Where's the jump circle? Where am I? Yeah, fair point. Where am I actually? Because that. Oh, okay, but that glowing light's not the exit, but it does look quite important. However. Here's the jump circle.
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle.
I've got
was a
33
pretty good
jumps
idea.
left.
I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
Not. I shall be sparing. There we go. One more for good luck. Ha. Now for the rest of the exhibition. There was something over here that said about an epilogue. Like through this way, I swear. Yes. Yeah.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
That's fine. Go at the end of the game. Some kind of fun little... the mostly infinite hole. Free achievement, I really liked that. Settings World Champion. What? What do I have to... I don't... What does Settings World Champion do? Alright then. That's fine. Matters not. I will maybe look into that some other time. Has that main... No, that still says infinite hole. Right, I guess I should check this out. The mysterious golden glowing light for collectibles.
Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Terrifying. Do I? it's just a little figure of Stanley. Oop. Can I? No, apparently not. Collect them all.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it.
I mean, I don't know. I think a reward can be fine for it. It's not the most important thing, but gotta have something.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
I'd say so. Oh, someone's left the bag here. That's quite fun. Oh. An exhibition room.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay.
Do your work, narrator.
Are you ready?
Show it to me.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
I mean, it's alright. I like that there's two
I mean,
gym
there's
buttons.
potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
Infinite, howdy, how you doing?
Okay, yes.
I've been gone for so
Yes,
long.
this
Yeah, no,
is
it's all
much
good.
better. I feel good
You can
about
always
this.
catch up on
Here we go.
all the previous streams on the VOD
Version
channel. Linked in the channel description.
Who am I kidding, Stanley?
Sit the jump circle around the
This
infinite
isn't a
hole is the best way to do
coherent
it.
video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating
Everybody's
gags, but they don't
struggling
add
now
up
trying to get a
anything.
job. Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. I
I
mean,
wanted
there is
more
no
than
stress in
anything to
needing
create
to
a sequel that would capture
needing
all
to
the
watch
magic
anything.
of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own.
no, I mean, trying to
They
get
would
job
need
sucks.
the
I
structure
remember
and
job
the
hunting.
gameplay of
It
the original.
is awful.
Wait, maybe that's
But
it.
should be getting one next
I can
week.
take the
Very good.
original Stanley Parable and simply,
Ooh.
well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully,
So
of
you're just going to
course,
create the Ultra
with
Deluxe
respect,
edition.
with care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something
The
up.
only thing is today is stressful because I'm doing something
Alright,
stupid.
perfect. Go ahead.
That's fine.
Take a look.
Is it stupid to you, or is it of the Stanley Parable 2? Oh, goodness. While job hunting, I've been hanging out with a group of people. Okay, I shall begin the game again.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
As in, you
Stanley
want
worked
to...
for a company in a
what do
big
you want
building
to
where
confess
he
to your
was
friend?
employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427
If it is-
and he pushed buttons.
I mean, yeah, I can take a
Orders
guess,
came to
but, you
him through
know,
a monitor on his
it's
desk.
always worth knowing to some degree. That is definitely a tough one, especially when, if it goes poorly, it is at risk of damaging
All
the
of his
friendship
co-workers were
and
gone.
the
What
rest
could
of the
it mean?
group.
Stanley decided to go to the
So it
meeting room.
is-
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace.
It's
of his
definitely something that
co-workers.
is worth, like, talking to them in private is the main thing. Definitely, like, and do it in person is what I'd say. Don't try and do it over text if possible. you know, try and invite them out just for a coffee or something, just so they can chat about it. Or something along those lines. Ah. Yeah. Is it just you, or what the? They're doing work and I'm here for moral support. I would probably say that's not the time, if I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I'd say I'd wait until it's more like you're more. Neither of you are busy, basically. Neither of you are doing anything in particular.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Perfect. You're coming with me, bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him
let's stay.
that
We're
the
going to hang out with the
lounge
others.
was simply the place to be.
I would definitely, if you're going to say today, I would do it before you go and meet the others. 100%. It's something that if it's going to be, like, when it comes to relationships, it's something that's personal. So you definitely want it to discuss it to begin with privately, and then tell people if it goes anywhere.
The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
What are the figurines? What the? Oh.
You found one of them.
Got it.
One of the miniature Stanley figurines.
Yeah,
Remember,
definitely.
no reward for collecting all of these. Only the intrinsic
going
pleasure
to,
of a
for
job
sure.
well done. You can't buy that sort of
I would
happiness,
say,
Stanley. God knows I
is
tried.
there much time
So,
between
I
the
implore
doing
you to
work
savor
and the
each
going
and
to see your
every
friends?
moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Because if so, maybe then. But it might honestly be worth. When we go there, we eat. Fair enough. So I was going to say, it may be worth saving it for a different day. Let's curve some timeline. Yeah. Might be an idea. I've never seen this area before. It's brand new. This must be DLC stuff. Bunch of tapes. Lost cat. There is a reward gene. In quotation marks. No. The group is like a big hangout. So okay. It's. I would definitely pull aside and just be completely honest, but try not to. The simplest thing is, no matter how it goes, if it goes poorly, don't beat yourself up too much about it. I understand that can be a really tough thing to do, and it's a lot easier to say than actually go about it, but one of the main ways that falls apart is that you act like, when people try and make a move, but then they act like the rejection is like the be-all and end-all. You cannot spend time together, and it breaks the friendship apart, and it damages all other friendships in a group. It's not good. It doesn't work well. It's very messy. The simple thing is, you can't force it. It has to come naturally, and as such, maybe start by something simple of getting, invite out on a date. I understand you've probably known each other for a while. You said 2 years, I think. Ask out on a formal date of some kind is probably the way to do, instead of just going for the simple, like, hey, I've liked you for a long old time, but doing something that is a bit more formally romantic or more tailored towards that side of things is a better way of going about, I'd say. That is my... that's my advice. My advice is, I wouldn't say fantastic.
This is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know.
The group's where we kind of first... That's where we've met for the last 2 years. So you haven't met each other at all
Longer
outside
I
of
study this bucket,
there? Like, you haven't met up,
sense
just you two,
anything
much at all?
makes.
What the?
The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the
Oh, I'm not sure if I'm so
same
happy about this
feeling.
bucket anymore.
And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it.
Because we've got to know each other, that's why we've met for the last 2 years.
Haven't figured out
That's more
why
reason.
I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms.
What? Narrator sound system?
Why
What?
everything feels so...
Oh, is the narrator just all these tapes? That would be a ridiculous
what do
thing
I
to
do
do.
with this treasure?
Maybe I should come back here without the bucket.
I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket.
I don't like the bucket anymore.
Is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there? Caporata.
Damn. But you definitely need to. I understand you feel like it has to be there, either for the asking out or not. But that's something you don't want to do. Is realistically, if you're planning to get into a relationship with someone, you want it to function outside of this group meetup. And if the entire metric of you meeting up and getting together is entirely contained or tied to this big group meetup, then there's a lot more acting on that relationship than just you and the other person. In which case it can be skewed a lot easier and damage a lot more people.
Yes, that's where
well, not
everyone
even
would
damage,
be.
but like affect
Stanley
a lot
just
more
needed
people
to
in
get to the
anyway.
meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Say that again, please. What the? All of the... Oh. Ooh. If the... essentially what I'm saying is, if it's like... If the group is where you may have gotten to know each other, but you definitely don't want your relationship specifically tied to it, is my point. Figurine Finders Committee. Because, you know, if the whole idea is that you, like, seeing each other at these, it lives far from here. Yeah, okay, that is fair enough. Oh, waiting input. That does make some amount of sense. But in which case, the other one is spending, like, some amount of time calling, or what? How do I... Okay, there we go. It does make sense, and these, if those get-togethers are the simple way that you will see each other, then yeah, that's completely fair. But it is something that you want to try and spend time together outside of those meetups, and even if it is just video calling or anything possible, because you don't want... Okay, yeah. Trying to move
When
there,
Stanley
that's fine.
came to a set of
Because
two
you
open
just
doors,
don't want to
he entered
limit the
door and
constraints of your
left.
relationship to within this big group meetup, is what I was saying. Is because it's... I mean, the main... I don't know the context, and my advice isn't going to be perfect. Both used to go to college, but you dropped out. Okay. Where did I feel like... No, I'll go this way. Boardroom. Want to go see the broom closet again. Okay, that does make some amount of sense. Ooh. Your reward for finding them. Lies. Who are you? 6 o'clock. There will be. Cleaning of this wall required. Stop kidding yourselves. I want them so much. I want to go home. So 47. 5p there. Just take it from me. Go collect them all. Stairs, something to do with stairs. Somewhere both red and blue. Nearby a fireplace. A private but smelly place. For an important person. Okay, so several of these are in the boss's office. That one, fireplace, and that's the bathroom. And then just red and blue room. So I go to this group location and meet... No! No! What am I gonna do? Damn. The bastards. They've blocked me out. What will I do? No.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Is there one down here? Oh, yes.
Another miniature Stanley figurine.
So I go to this group location and meet there. Sometimes we meet outside of there, but most times just go back home.
Mini
Stanley. Fair enough.
Stanley figs.
It's
what about Stanlerines?
Yes,
I think I like that.
Like I can't really
Stanlerine
give tons of
under your
advice,
belt.
I'm afraid. It's simple thing is just being honest. It's just tell how you feel honestly, and then whatever the answer is, if it's good, that's fantastic. If it's bad, try not to let it weigh too bad on you. You know, you can always come back from it, and always just try and talk it through.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these
civilized
little
people.
Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies.
Figlies sound like a biscuit,
What name
or like
better
a kind of
encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness?
feel like a Figlie's
that you
like
get
a
from
cake
seeing
or
a small
or
number in the
something like
corner
that,
of your
yeah.
screen go up by 1. Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Alright. Oh. There's a different one. To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What life it would be to have to pick just one. No, the broom closet. Yeah, it's travesty. Oh, what the? This never used to open. The panda. Let's go up. Up. Did it just whisper Stanley to me? I swear I can hear a voice. I'm not going crazy. Let me off. Oh, okay, it's just the same place. Alright, that's fine. So is there...
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human
Cat.
life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud.
Pictures.
To nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate
can't
for
reach up the
clues
paintings
his
to imitate that.
situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk.
Indeed.
What could its purpose be?
It's not...
In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly. Yet incredibly, by
There we
simply
go.
pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Open the fireplace.
Amazing.
So
He
there
stepped into the
should
newly
be another
opened
one around, another one of those figures around here. Oh, perfect.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all
5 out
the
of 6.
Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different.
Intrinsic
people by then.
value of
different in the sense that we
collecting
used to
stuff.
have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
But no, I can I can very much understand that the situation is not lovely, but hopefully it goes the best for you, and my fingers are crossed for you. That hopefully it goes well. You know what? No. I'm going back up.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up.
I had to disappear,
Silly
apologies.
me.
No, it's alright.
Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it
Didn't
would
want her
just
to see
lead
my
back to
chats
his
here,
boss's
lol.
office?
No, that's
Well,
perfectly
that's a
fine.
great question. I just can't wait to find out.
I was just saying hopefully it goes well, basically. Whether you ask or not, hopefully you have a good time at the party, or functional group, or whatever it is. And then when you do ask around, just be careful with it. Just be genuine. That should be fine.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got
It's like
onto the
a
elevator.
Christian location?
It's still just exactly
Okay.
what it
Yeah,
is.
no, don't dox
What a
yourself in the
decision you've
slightest. I
made to
don't.
come up here and look at the office again.
Do not
This
condone
has
that in the
fleshed out
fucking
the plot of
slightest.
the
You can
story in new and
keep it
fascinating ways I could have never
completely
anticipated. It's
secret
that
as much as you
keen
want.
eye for storytelling that you have. An
yes, I
incisive,
can't-
rapid-fire of
cannot,
critical plot points,
comment
one
too much,
after the other,
because,
weaving a
I'm
rich
not a religious
tapestry of
person.
uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
I don't know if Christian function's interesting.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down
Says he's
again.
going-
Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Okay. Forced, that's never always the best. That usually doesn't go well. It usually has to go quite...
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No.
It's going to, usually you don't want it
It's
to be
time once
forced by
again
one of your
to go
mates.
back up in the elevator.
But,
I can't even begin to grapple with what might be
want
up
it to
there.
feel kinda-
Is it the boss's
kinda
office
more
again?
natural.
Or what if it's the boss's office this time?
Not
the
really
suspense
yeah,
is
that's fair.
killing
That's fair.
me.
It's going to now I'm sipping on a nice glass of wine here at the moment, so... Thought I'd enjoy a little bit with a refined game like the Stanley Parable. But, it's... it's the boss's office!
It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
You told me I have an hour and a half. You have to prepare. You've got no time. That's like 90 minutes. You could... I don't really know what you could do with 90 minutes. I'm thinking about bake a nice
Prepare to embrace
tray
this
bake or
stunning
something.
revelation and to move forward with... No,
You and the narrator
no,
have the
wait.
same voice,
No,
kind of.
I need
I
more
mean-
time to process.
We're please hold. We're both British. At least I think the narrator's British. Certainly sounds it. And if I'm going to be honest, he sounds sort of like he's from the same part of the country as me.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Oh, don't you worry. I know exactly where the story's going.
Of course.
I know.
Going back down
I don't
the elevator.
think I've got the
How
same
did I not anticipate
same
it?
kind of
I mean,
voice, but
sure,
oh,
now it's
maybe
obvious,
similar,
you
but
have
I'm
to understand
definitely
that
more
30 seconds ago, this
more
kind of thing
high-pitched,
had
I'd
never been
say.
attempted before. I had no frame
Or
of reference
something
to
about it
even
slightly different.
anticipated. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
No, I shall go back up into the light. Nothing else? Is that all?
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
Fair enough.
There we go. Isn't this
Slow
so
and
much
suspenseful.
more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What
Because
you and I are doing
people's brains
right
have been
now,
fried by
this
short-form
is the most
content.
exciting narrative to be
Unfortunately,
developed
so.
in years. And it's really all because of you.
thank
You're
God,
the
you're
one
too
who took this
kind.
bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there.
true
You see,
genius would call
I
it
want stories
backtracking.
that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would
I'll do a little.
especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning.
Do a little
they
talk to
really
the people.
look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better.
Stand
Oh,
in
good,
front of a
we're
lecture
here.
hall, give a little chat.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just
All
around
lies
the
and
corner
stand live
here
on
somewhere.
stage. What's healthiest human being? How we did it, the pyramids. Live, the guy who went to Mars. Stanley live on stage. An evening with world peace, baby.
Ah, yes.
Is
here
that the
it is,
Minecraft door
just through
opening
this
noise?
door.
Awful. World's first sentient machine. Q&A.
All right,
The stage
are you
welcome
ready?
st-
I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about
Stanley
the nature of
ride, almonds,
surprise in
chair,
storytelling
gum, table,
and what it
nut
means to
bar.
craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really
The Lord
proud of
meet
you,
and
Stanley.
greet.
Okay, it looks like they're ready for you.
Conversation with
Go
Alexander
get
would
'em.
be great. What is this? 47. The storyteller. Up, up again, down again. Break a leg, champ. Your wife from the apartment ending. No one tells stories the way you do. Go get 'em, Tiger. Remember, congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from, your co-workers. Ah, a little golf. I didn't see my almonds or my nut bar. Oh well. To stage. Oh good God! Whoa. Thank you. Oh goodness. That was a bit much. Oh, he's stuck. That's a shame. Can I? Huh? Ah.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct?
Yes, I'd say that sounds right.
Excellent. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Perfect, thank you. Should very much appreciate the large number of cardboard boxes. Should leave you be, I don't like you.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Because I want to go through the red door this time.
Stanley felt lightheaded.
And also, the last figure should be there.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Is there anyone else to watch?
Stanley
Hopefully you're
was so
having a
bad
good
at
time.
following
Whether you're going
directions,
to
it's incredible he
a
wasn't
party
5
or
years ago.
up something interesting, having a good morning, noon or night, depending on your time. For me it is quite late.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on
I
a
don't know,
wrong
I'm enjoying
foot
it.
here.
Unwinding from
I'm
a
not your
busy
enemy,
amount
really,
of
I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but
Still
the
here,
fact
sorry, we're
is that the
spacing it.
story
That's all
has
good.
been about nothing but you all this time.
Your viewership
There's
means more
someone
than
you've been
anything.
neglecting, Stanley.
It's the main thing.
Someone you've forgotten
Better
about.
someone than nothing.
Really?
Than no one.
I was in the
And
middle
I'm very
of
glad that
something.
someone
You
like
have
you that I
zero
can talk to.
consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really
And
do
hopefully
want
you're just
to help
preparing
you,
yourself
to show
for,
you something beautiful.
later.
Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Yeah, well, it's fine. I
Now
mean,
listen carefully. This is important.
definitely need
Stanley
to stress a
walked
little
through
bit
the red
about
door.
it, but I'll be around your streams more though, so no, it's fine.
And there it is.
I mean, like
The
I said,
last Stiggly Wiggly.
there
Savor
is
this moment,
absolutely
Stanley.
no
This
stress
is a real
for having
accomplishment.
to
This is doing something just for the sake
to
of
show up
doing
to the
it.
streams. If you
Where
can make
so
it, you
many
can make
people
it. If you
expect to be
can't, you
rewarded
can't.
for the most trivial
Because simple,
achievements,
if you can't,
you've
then
insisted
there will always
that a
be the
job
VODs you can
well
come
done
watch.
is its own reward.
It should
I
be
would
up
tell
on the
you that
VODs
I'm
channel.
proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that.
Yeah, I know.
So, instead I'll just
Nobody
say,
nearby,
it's
so.
done.
No,
We're all
it's
done
alright.
here. And now we can go to whatever
I don't
the
mind
hell
it
you
too
were
much.
doing
I
before you
like-
hunted for figurines.
I like waffling. It can sometimes feel a tiny bit disheartening, but I think it's more I'm just a lack of things to say if I don't have anyone there, as I'm not.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through
Try and
the
enjoy stream.
red door.
Streams with no viewers to boost morale
I
and
still don't think
positivity.
we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
All
Boost
right,
morale and
fine, go ahead,
positivity.
Stanley.
Yeah, that's good.
You
I
wanna
think that's a
know
very
so
good way to
badly
like.
what's out there. You want to find
So I
out
get
what
that having
lies at the
zero
end of this
viewers can be
road you've
really,
chosen. Well, don't
really
let me
demotivating
stop
for
you.
wanting to continue streaming.
You see, there's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section.
But I
of
don't
the
mind
map
kinda just
because you
like
were never supposed to be here in the first place.
doing it just because I
Open
enjoy
rooms,
using it to
exposed
unwind.
developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining
And
the
then,
entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you want.
Ah, this is the bit with the baby.
Help
I
me
remember
here,
this.
Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires.
But,
of
I
yours.
also
What would have made this game better? What
like
did you
joining
want
chats and
to
being
see?
goofball. Yeah, fair
Vehicles?
enough.
Skill trees.
good fun. I've
Work
never
with
been
me.
one
You
for,
gave me absolutely nothing
for watching
so far.
Twitch streams much,
Tell
but
you what, let me take
I've
a
been
stab in the dark
enjoying
at a
doing
new
the actual
design,
streaming
and
of
you
it.
can give me some
And, I mean, the
feedback.
few people that I've managed to have
There we
good
go.
chats with,
A third
I've
option.
very much
This
enjoyed
already feels
talking to.
leaps ahead of where we were
very
before.
lovely.
Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
I mean, I think that's more than anything what I want for my channel is I enjoy doing the streaming, and I'm more than happy to talk to people because I
Okay,
hope
I'm going to stop
I'm
you
the sort
there.
of streamer
Now,
that I'd want
tell
to
me
watch.
about your experience with
Just
this
somewhere that's
function.
kind of chill.
Would you
and
say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices?
I would say
Feel
so,
free
I
to be
would say
honest.
so.
I'm looking for some real
Yes,
critical feedback
yes.
here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something.
yeah,
Where do these flashes of
I feel like, I
inspiration
quite
come
like
from? How did
the streamer
know
that's
the
a bit
game
more-
needed
bit
a
more on the
third
calm
door?
side.
Well,
And
it's instinct mostly.
interacting with
A
chat
calling
is
in your
definitely
gut.
something
I
that's
really couldn't say where the
more of
idea
a smaller
came from,
streamer
except
thing,
that
but I very much enjoy doing
I
it.
felt it in my soul.
And
You can't teach that.
realistically,
Stanley.
while I will
Don't
do my
even
best,
try.
and it will not be for lack of trying,
Here,
I
based
don't
on
imagine
data
I'll
from our
become
previous
big enough
playthrough,
where
I've compiled a new
it'll be that
version.
much of an
And to be
issue.
perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh. Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Total. I will keep adding steps to that count. Where am I? A dead rat is offline. Ah. I am slightly worse than a dead rat. I'm objectively worse than a dead rat. Whenever I stream, I usually do it with others just so I'm not alone. Yeah, that's fair enough. I think the problem being is whenever I'm playing with other people, it usually devolves into chatting about quite personal things. It's usually a lot less about the game, so I try not to. And then also, I don't realistically play that many multiplayer games. I play a fair amount of games that can be multiplayer, and I mean, I do occasionally do a couple of streams with some of my friends, and I will definitely be doing more of those on certain games that come out. For example, Subnautica 2. When that shows up, I will 100% be grabbing some of my mates to do that. The only multiplayers I do like, DRG or Roblox, to be honest.
Now, would you say that
DRG?
competitive leaderboard
It's not one
helps you feel
I'm familiar with
motivated to
unless
keep
I
walking
just
through
don't
doors?
recognise the acronym.
Again, honest answers, please.
But Roblox I do know, and I only... Oh, Deep Rock Galactic. Okay, yeah, no, I do know Deep Rock Galactic. I've not played it, but I know
I've got
of
a
it.
prototype of a new game
no,
I've been
it's
working
all
on,
right.
and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Roblox is something that
Let me boot it up.
I can't say I'm crazy
In this
about,
game,
but I think it's
the
because I
baby crawls
haven't
left
played
towards
tons of it since
danger.
I was
You
I
click the
played a
button to
shit
move
ton
him
when
back
I
to
was
the
younger.
right, and if he
But
reaches the fire,
as of
he'll
recent,
fail.
it will
It's
be
a very
like on
meaningful
occasion
game,
I
all
will
about
be
the
dragged into
desperation and
playing
tedium of
a
endlessly
game of like,
confronting the demands
I don't
of
know,
family life.
Doors,
I think the art
or
world will really take notice.
some
but of course,
some like
the
dumb
message of the game only becomes clear
game of some variety I don't really know that much
so
about.
Why don't
but,
you
you
give
know.
it 4 hours of play
I don't
to
mind.
make sure
So
it's
far it's fine.
effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Apologies. Got a tight chat. That's all good. It's all good. Best of luck. Keep preparing. Keep getting ready for that fateful moment. I'm not doing this for 4 hours. Especially not as they add the puppy eventually. So I'm just going to let him die.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
A little bit of
If it's
both.
the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see.
Fine.
What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Perfect. What?
Aha!
Wyoming?
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about?
Firewatch?
What's our backstory?
Why am I
What
in
is our
Firewatch?
motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man, spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
My goodness.
Yes, that must be it.
Picture
What a
the birds of
fascinating
Wyoming.
venture into the experience of
Singular
total
mind.
mental depravity.
Relax.
So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Look, it is just Firewatch. Oh wait, does that say? Who firewatches the Firewatch? Oh god. It's plies for two forks. Who watches the Firewatch? Who firewatches the Firewatch? God, that's an awful Watchmen joke. Oh, I've got to go the other way around. Right. They've really, I mean, I don't know if they've just ripped the assets, but they managed to emulate the style really well. Leave the other physical style. Oh, there's a shitter.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
Freedom.
It is.
I can just wander.
It's an open world game. Good God,
Jonesy?
quickly block it off.
No.
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call.
No.
You really wanted off.
I need to get to Fortnite Jonesy Lake.
Thing.
I'm sorry, that was
Open,
atrocious.
Just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any. Oh, thank heavens we avoided.
But I'm stuck.
Woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
I swear last time I took to like Minecraft and
I
Portal and
think
stuff.
this will be just the
Anything
thing.
else? Where it? Ooh. What? Rocket League.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
I'll do my best. What countries they got up around?
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the
States?
back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I
England
think
and
surely
Finland
we
next to
must.
each other.
Okay,
Based.
Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Oh. Okay. Go on. Play a bit of footy. Actually speed up. Cool.
Are you
Yes.
doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And
These
I realize I'm not a
football dudes were made for
sportsologist, but
kicking.
If one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenaline pleasure, then surely multiple balls
on.
makes for
No,
an even
no, no,
more
no.
euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable.
Ooh, if only I could jump.
Balls.
More balls. Ah. My favourite. I shall get them all in. Good. More balls.
Are you enjoying this,
More
Stanley?
balls.
Are you having fun?
More balls.
Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
Alright.
Hold on. What are you doing?
What? Hey, you told me to come up with it. Something to entertain myself. Ooh.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley.
I won't. I shall simply wander. Damn. 510. Ah, so this is floor 5. Mysterious. Evil. Anything this way? Ah, these are the two doors. 423. 424. What the? What's going on there? If only I could get in and have a look. No idea. Looks interesting. Or maybe not. 427. What the? This looks very different. Is this like the beta version of the Stanley Parable? Cool. Oh,
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
a little unnerving. No, that's all fine. Very good. What?
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's just...
That actually caught me off guard.
Those figures. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing
how
more
could I
than to
resist?
revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
The memory zone. Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. Okay. Bit soon for it to be a true memory, but you know what? Who am I to judge? Then you found what? There was something here before. Where's that gone? Zone, sweet zone. I think I prefer memory, sweet memory. It's more stupid, and I like that. Everything else still, the amazing poster is still there. Right. I shall descend.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Oh, reaching out for the Stanley. Onwards. On to the next one. What was the next one? Ah, the boxes. Oh, that's cool. I like that. That's cute.
And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the warehouse. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Harsh. Oh.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
Of course. It was under the stairs. I'm no fool.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, under the stairs.
Yeah,
it was
9
the
out of
third
6.
one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm
Correct.
glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything. Let's see, what came next?
What?
Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
I remember being here in the slightest. But you know what? He's right. It must have happened. Otherwise, it wouldn't be here.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was behind the boss's office. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Oh. No. Windows Movie Maker. It's mini stand number 5. Yes. I found it behind the boss's office. You're damn right I did. Thanks for watching. This is the narrator, starring Stanley.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
I sincerely hope I can learn to edit as good as the narrator can. I was very silly. Oh,
And
excuse
then,
me.
Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors.
Yes.
This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who
That'll
can
do it.
truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Damn. I'm in the present. Is this the jump circle? No, apparently
And
not.
then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay. The past. I guess so.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember
Another
this.
figurine.
I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my
And
mind.
it's most
Let's
recent.
keep going. I want more.
That's fine.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video?
Do we have to watch the video again?
Yes.
Thank you,
love
thank
that
you. I like the video. Shoo. Close up behind me, or not? The pink room.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room,
No,
though.
neither.
A solid room.
It's nice. It's got some boxes, like the concrete. Good shade of pink. Can't be too mad at it.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Very true. There's absolutely been no reward for collecting all of these figurines. Definitely not like this entire ending sequence. Okay, there is nothing this way. Then back to the boxes.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful
It's fine.
thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
And then the first.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want
I do
more
like the
memories,
figurines. I
Stanley.
think that's
I
a
want to
good
keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
The game. Just like the original game. The exhibition, actually. Ah, back in the exhibition. The jump circle.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on.
I mean,
I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy
Why not?
filter on everything. In fact, I dare say
think I
I'm
can spare a
actually
few
quite
jumps.
fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More
25. I'll leave myself at 25. I think that's fair. I think it's fair to have 25 jumps remain. Ah,
Oh, yes.
the classic.
The two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
It is a classic indeed. Once you're narrator, I'll go the right way. Oh, in the office.
And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
I don't think
There's
so.
something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions, he would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much.
Just one good run?
Okay,
All right.
here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Right. One last run. And I think I shall do that too. I think I should do one last run of the game. And then I shall...
How long was I sitting there?
Oh,
Stanley wondered
yes!
to himself.
My Happiness
Minutes?
Foundation
Days?
boxes!
Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Do I take the bucket? You know, some more boxes. No, for Stanley's final adventure. I'll
Stanley
take the
lifted the
bucket.
bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley
Where
clutched
should I
the
go?
bucket tightly to his chest
Broom
and
closet?
entered the door on his left.
Or... No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
You know what, I shall go
Stanley
do
had
the
felt
phone ending
bucket
at the
calling
end.
to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was.
Actually,
Had the bucket
no.
turned out to be correct? Was no.
What happens if I
Never
try and do
mind.
that red door
bucket
in
was
the...
wrong.
with the
Stanley took
bucket?
the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
What if I go this way with the bucket?
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Go down this way with the bucket. Because the bucket seems to be changing.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your
Oh.
way here. I knew you'd find this place
the-
eventually. You see, your friends and
What's
I
the
are
line?
concerned for you, Stanley. We've
And-
come together here because we care about you
The
very
mannequin?
much. It's this
Peter Peters
bucket
from
you're
the
carrying
broom
around
closet.
everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley parable. It's just
My
sequel
beloved.
content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line?
Yeah.
We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere
Yeah,
new.
let's make it.
Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where
Yes.
it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Yes! Raw assets entry funk rotating. The only man. Okay, that's fun. fern along here
Now
somewhere?
this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Oh no, they're gonna make me get rid of the bucket. The bucket bin.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
I mean,
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
it destroys
Surely you don't
buckets.
need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Now let me put it in. Oh my.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket.
I am
I
trying,
don't know
Mr.
what the
Narrator.
Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its
Oh, I
singular
can't let go of the
personality
bucket.
trait.
I knew this
I
thing
can
was
hear
up to
you
no
saying,
good.
How does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the
You
fans will be
dare
clamoring
insult
for
the
after
broom
this.
closet.
Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley
I'm
Parable
crying.
characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry.
It won't let me.
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spell-binding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Rest in peace, Bucket Destroyer. I'm pouring one out for you. Oh, we're back again. Is that not? Is that not the end? Do I? If I quit the menu, just begin the game again. Okay. I guess not.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I guess I'm
What
not
did it mean?
finished.
Stanley decided
well.
to go to the meeting room.
Yeah, one
Perhaps
more,
he had
one more
simply
run.
missed a memo.
One more run. Why not? I shall leave the bucket. Oh, should I leave the bucket here?
The confusion and the chaos
Let's take the
all
bucket
seemed
here.
to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Because the bucket seems to give new, like,
Stanley
changes to
clutched
all the
bucket
endings.
tightly
So
to his chest. This was not the correct
You know
way
what?
to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling
I
him
go to
that
the red-
employee lounge was simply
the
the
red
place
door?
to be. And here it
Okay.
was. Had the bucket turned
Actually,
out
no,
to
the
be
blue
correct?
door, sorry.
Was this better than the meeting
the
room?
one where I get
Yes
taken to
or
the
no?
different games.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong.
I feel like that'd
Stanley
be quite
took the
fun.
door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo
go
lift,
over there.
yes. Go. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think
Right,
about
no,
this
there's no way I
obvious
can make that.
fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Danger everywhere. Well, let's go see some video games, Bucket.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a
No
sign
buckets
right there.
past
It
this
says,
point.
No buckets past this point.
Is that always there?
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless... What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket?
Make a fair point.
I
Is
suppose
this a
that would
bucket?
explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Oh, of course.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios.
Is
and
this
you'll tell
a
me whether or
bucket?
not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Get Jimmy Carr
Simple
on to
enough,
present
right?
it, and then
This
I'll
should
be
tell us
happy.
everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's
Oh
begin.
no, Harry Hill. Oh, what a man.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Yes, yes.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Can I get any closer for a look? Ooh.
Correct. It
Just
is
had a feeling,
3D
just had, I
printed recreation
felt it in
of a
my gut.
bucket, not an actual bucket.
It's not a bucket.
Item 3.
Well,
Is this a bucket?
you know me, Steve. I know a bucket when I see it.
Correct.
Oh,
This
what
is
can
a
I say?
bucket.
What can I say?
Item 4.
What?
Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket.
Yeah.
To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for
Oh,
you.
I
Thank
think-
you for not making me look like an idiot.
I think
Okay,
I've been
next one.
quite firm so far with the buckets. That's obviously a tractor. Yeah, it looks like a bloody JCB or something. I don't know that many tractor brands.
Is this a bucket?
Now, you know me, Steve.
Correct.
I know a bucket
This
when I
is a
see it.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Now, this is a tough one.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Both. Ah, I see Schrodinger's bucket. How could I have been so
Item-
foolish?
Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
So, do you want to have a look? I can come. Okay, I can't get off stage. Is this a bucket?
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a
No,
bucket,
no, isn't
that
it?
makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true.
No, it's
Unless...
not.
Is that what you think?
No.
Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a
No,
bucket?
of course not.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift.
Oh no.
Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Oh.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart.
know.
I can't have that. I'm sorry.
It might
I'm
have to
going
kick
erase
the
all
bucket.
buckets from the game entirely. Okay.
That
here
was
we go.
atrocious. No.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear?
Deleted it all.
Was everything a bucket?
Oh.
Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all.
And I'm not a
And you,
bucket.
Stanley, you're still here.
Yeah.
You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets.
So we know everything's a
Yes,
bucket.
I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's
Good,
delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Perfect. So it is all a bucket. That is fine. Alright. In which case, I shall going to quit to the menu. I think I'm going to end the stream here. I've really enjoyed playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. So far, it's been good. I probably won't come back and do another video on this, as I assume there's just some other endings that I haven't found. But if enough people want me to, I can. It's all fine. But I think currently I won't plan it for the near future. Hopefully anyone watching has enjoyed. If you haven't managed to catch stream, or if you are just coming in now, all the streams are uploaded on my VODs channel, so you can always go and check them out there. I know I've said that a couple of times already this stream, but I've got to plug it while it's there. I've also got my Twitter, or my X account, where I upload stream updates, which I used today to push the stream back by an hour because I needed to do something and I did not have the time. But all sorts of schedules and stuff will be posted there as well, and I'll try and, put out polls about what people want to see and stuff like that along those lines. If there's anything you want to see me play, put it in the suggestions box on my Twitch page, and my schedule should also be there on my About section. And I think that's it. If you've enjoyed the content, then please drop a follow, send it to your mate or whatever. And I shall see you for the next stream. I believe next is Balatro, Sunday at 7 PM GMT plus 01, but I may be wrong. So just keep an eye on the schedule and keep an eye and check what the schedule says on Twitter at the moment. And that will be what I'll be following, and any updates on it will be posted on Twitter. Alright, in which case I shall leave you all to have a lovely morning, noon or night. My absolute best of luck to Infinite for whatever's going on his end, with asking someone out, and my best of luck with whatever I Ain't My Name is up to. Hopefully he's doing well. But no, I shall see all you lovely people in another stream, hopefully. Goodbye.